I'm Michelle, and if you're here to learn about online shows, it's because you want to build up your business. You have particular targets or goals that you want to hit, and maybe this is some information that you want to share with your team. Now, what is an online show? Okay, I think most of us know what that is. My favorite way of doing an online show is a Facebook Live video. You could also do Instagram, but if you do an Instagram video, its shelf life is only 24 hours. And that's why I like doing Facebook, because it lasts a lot longer. It's almost like having your own personal QVC channel for a little bit. Now, however, maybe you're thinking like, I accidentally stumbled on here. I don't want to do a video. I hate how I sound. I hate how I look. It's just so awkward. But I just want to make you feel more comfortable that you can do this. It just takes a little bit of practice and some prep, and you can do this. Now, there's a lot of reasons why you want to do a live show, and it's because people are busy. People like to shop online, and so this gives you a chance to interact with them personally and build a rapport with them, and so it gives you a chance to perhaps build some more connections. So before I do my online show, I have some prep work that I do. First, let me go back. I create a Facebook private group, and I make my hostess the administrator, co-administrator, so she invites her friends. And then after we do that, we send out the event. We have 4 reminders that we send to the people, and that is 2 weeks before, it's a save the date, and then 1 week before, 3 days before, and on the day of the show. We're just constantly sending them reminders, or what's going to show up is notifications. And we send all of these because notifications, they get lost. People don't read them or they ignore them. So if you keep sending it to them, there's a chance that they're going to see it. Now, should you engage with your audience before the show or just wait until the day of? Now, my preference is to go ahead and engage them before the show. It's just like when you see a movie trailer and before the actual movie comes out, you're curious and you're interested about like, hey, that movie looks really good. Same thing with your customers. You want them to think like, hey, I'm really curious and that looks really good. What is this all about? Now, another reason you want to do this is that it takes maybe 7 to 12 times to reach out to somebody and hear the same thing before they take any action. And so it's just this constant repetition. Now, the other reason you want to engage with your customers before you start the show is that it gives them a chance to hear about why your product is important, the type of value it's going to add to their lives, and how it's going to make them feel when they buy it. So this really gives you an advantage to collect information about them so that you know what products they're interested in, things that they're concerned about, and you can tailor your online show so that you're using those same words and that you're featuring things in order of interest. Okay, now how do you engage with your audience before the show? Super easy, and this is the part that is replicable, and it's going to save you time in the future when you have other online shows. So super easy. You just ask them like, hey, tell me about yourself. What's your favorite food? Where do you like to go on vacation? People love to talk about that. Other things are, you can do Facebook polls. You can do a this or that picture. Maybe you have some behind the scene videos, and you can share with them about how the product is made. And then to get them engaged, you just ask open-ended questions like, what ways did you think that this product could be used? What surprised you the most about how this product was made? So anyways, you just come up with questions to try to get them to answer and to respond and get your hostess to respond. Now, of course, I think you know this, that if you have somebody respond, you've got to respond back to them because you want to create a conversation and you want to build a rapport with them, and so that way they get an idea of like what you're like, your sense of humor, and that you're a real person. So all of those questions are replicable. You can just copy and paste the next time that you have an online show. And so it saves you some time. So now on the day of the show, when it starts, I've already sent out the notification on the day of, and we're at that time, we're starting our live video. I typically wait maybe 3 to 5 minutes and get people to join in. So I'm just chit-chatting during that time, telling them, a little bit about my day, introduction about me. I ask them to, comment. I'll also just explain some administrative stuff, like how long the show is going to be open, how they can order. Also, ask guests if they can DM me and let me have their personal information, like their name, email address, and cell phone number. And later on, I take that and I put that into the Amy product with a note to follow up. So now we're at the part where we are demoing the product. So for the particular products that I sell, it's best for me to model them and put them on. Maybe your particular product, you need to show them the functionality and how things cut, chop, or whatever. But, so do a demo. So during this time, you're explaining things like, the texture, how heavy it is, how it feels, what color it comes in, or the different sizes. So you're just kind of explaining and describing the product. Next thing you want to talk about is the why. Why your customers are going to love this and how this is going to help them. Share with them about why your other customers love the products and how they're useful. Now, this is a lot of information, so I don't remember it. I have a cheat sheet right next to me and jotted down with things that I want to say about particular products because I'm not going to remember it, and that's okay if you can't remember it. I don't think your customers expect your video or your online show to be perfect. So actually, when it's not perfect, it's better because they get a chance to see how you're human. Okay, so after I've done describing the product and why it's helpful to them, I'll ask the audience some questions about would this be a great gift, and who would you give it to? Your mother, your coworker, or whatever. And then finally, the last thing is for the particular products I have a lot of behind the scene stories that I can talk about. So I will talk about those and how it's beneficial for and how it's helping people around the world. So this is the cycle that I do, those particular 4 things. Describe it, explain why it's beneficial, explain, why my customers like it, ask the audience some questions, about it, and then do a behind the scenes. So I consider this one cycle, and I will do this particular cycle 3 times. I'll stop, and then I'll do a drawing. And so I've told them at the very beginning that everybody who comments, that's an entry into the drawing. And so next to me, I have slips of paper, and I'm jotting down their names and, balling them up into a jar, and I'm putting their names into the drawing. So I will do this particular cycle maybe about 3 times, do a drawing, do another 3 cycles, do a drawing. So the drawing is just a way to break things up and kind of take a break, chance for me to breathe, get comments and participation from other people. And so that's just kind of the flow of how I do my show. It does feel fast and furious the very first time. That's why I have my script and my note cards to talk about it. Your show probably will be anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes. And during that time, just relax, make it conversational, smile, breathe. That's important. Breathe. Tell a funny story. So that is the flow of my online show. Now, some pro tips that I have are you want to have a nice, simple, plain background. Something like this, or maybe something nicer. Other thing you want to be concerned about is check your lighting. maybe you don't have the best lighting. Maybe you want to get a ring light. You can look those up on Amazon. They can be inexpensive all the way to very expensive. Your camera work. Now, when you're panning across your product, if you do that, don't pan super fast like you naturally do when you look at something. You want to pan it very slow, because the camera is the eye that your audience is looking through, and it processes things a lot slower than a human eye is used to. So other things are, check your displays, see how they look on video. You can practice what you want to say on video and play it back and see what other things that you need to do to improve it. And then last of all, have your script right by you. So those are things that I do for an online show, and hopefully you've gotten some great information from it. And just quick summary, you're going to do an online show to help you hit goals, to help your targets. You're going to set up a private Facebook group so you can interact and get information about your customers and they get to know you. Your online show could be about 45 minutes, and you're going to demo your product, explain why it's important, share something about it, and get your customers to participate. Practice videoing beforehand. Have your script right by you, and then smile and have a great time. So good luck with your online shows. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. So thank you to the Amy community. Sorry, not Amy. Amy community for stopping by here and sharing some of your time with me. I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks.